You're tired. I know it. Tired of trying to decipher the female enigma, of collecting dating manuals that only led you to dead ends. They also lead you to empty nights and a frustration that echoes in the silence of your room. How do you stop feeling like a secondary item on her priority list when what you crave, in the core of your being, is to be the damn center of her universe? Want to learn how? If your answer is a visceral, guttural yes, then you've come to the right place. Because today, we're not going to talk about cheap tricks or catchphrases. Today, we're going to unearth a truth so fundamental, so forbidden by social mediocrity, that it has the power to completely rewrite your love life. The truth is, this hunger you feel, this hunger for an authentic connection, to be the man she not only wants, but needs on an almost instinctive level, whom she admires and around whom her life seems to find a new axis. This hunger is legitimate. But the way they taught you to satisfy it is a sham. It's programming designed to keep you weak, reactive, and perpetually hungry. Prepare yourself, because what I'm about to reveal is the paradox of spontaneous devotion. She doesn't fall in love with your desperate efforts, your attempt to be the nice guy, or how much you sacrifice for her. She falls in love, inevitably and profoundly, with your unshakable essence. She gives herself to the man who makes it clear, non-negotiably, that he has already defined, before and in spite of her, what the center of his own universe is. And it's the gravitational force of your particular universe that compels her to want to be a part of it, to orbit you. In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you the blueprint to become this man. It's not an easy path. It will require you to confront the lies you've accepted and the weaknesses you've nurtured. But if you have the courage to look at the naked, raw truth, the result is transformation. It's mastery. To understand this powerful dynamic, let's use an analogy. Think of the sun, the earth, and the moon. Many men make the catastrophic mistake of treating a woman as if she were their sun, chasing her, orbiting her whims, her moods. But the truth is this: you are the earth, and you must orbit your own sun, your transcendent purpose, your greater mission, your non-negotiable principles. That which defines you and moves you, with or without her. The woman, then, like the moon, is naturally drawn to orbit the earth. The man who has his own source of light and heat, his own gravitational axis, dictated by his greater sun. The fatal mistake is confusing the moon with the sun. It's putting the woman in the place of your purpose. Let's get straight to the point. This nice guy programming they injected into you is garbage. It's the biggest saboteur of your love life. The first myth they programmed you to believe is that of chameleonization. The idea that to be loved, you need to mold yourself to her desires. What a convenient lie to keep you a puppet. Think of James. He finds out Sarah loves indie art. Suddenly, James becomes an art gallery curator, even if his heart beats for truck engines. He becomes a mirror, an echo. And guess what? Sarah might even find James sweet, but she gives herself to the chaotic artist who lives and breathes his own art, however imperfect it may be. Why? Because the artist is a voice. James was just the reverberation of her voice. Women don't fall in love with carbon copies. Next, they sold you the myth of solicitous omnipresence. Always be available. Prioritize her above all else. You think this shows love? It shows desperation. It shows that your time, your life, your sun have no intrinsic value. You become predictable, too abundant. And what is overly abundant, my friend, loses its value. Remember the moon. It has phases. It disappears and reappears, maintaining mystery. If you're always there, blinding like a 24/7 spotlight, where's the longing? And to complete the disservice, they implanted in you the myth of the consensual, nice guy. Avoid conflict, always agree. You are not a doormat for her to wipe her feet on. If you don't have your own opinions, if you don't defend your principles, if you fear any spark of disagreement, you don't have a center. You don't have a north. You're a leaf in the wind, and no woman in her right mind chooses to anchor her life to a leaf in the wind. They seek the rock, the lighthouse. Your constant need for approval doesn't buy affection. It buys, at best, condescension. Understand this once and for all. Your thirst for approval is poison. It's what makes you forgettable, replaceable. It's what prevents her from seeing you as the Earth around which she would wish to orbit. Now that we've buried the nice guy, it's time to build the alpha man. And no, I'm not talking about the vulgar caricature you see around. I'm talking about forging your inner alpha universe, defining your sun. But in essence, what is this sun? It's what moves you independently of external validation. It could be your career, a skill you seek to master, a cause you fight for, a personal code of honor. Think of Ethan. His focus isn't to conquer someone. It's his tech startup. It's his rock climbing training. It's his pursuit of knowledge. These aren't bait to attract women. They are the gears of his world. When he interacts, this passion, this discipline, this self-sufficiency overflow. He doesn't talk about being interesting. He is interesting because he's immersed in a universe that fascinates him, with or without an audience. Your sun is your gravitational field. It's not about announcing to the world, I have a purpose, but about living that purpose with a silent intensity that becomes palpable. It's this energy that begins to attract, that makes her, the moon, feel the force of your earth. And listen, this point is so crucial, so fundamental to your transformation, that I've prepared an entire video dedicated to detailing how to become a man with a purpose, a direction, and an internal satisfaction that exist before and in spite of her. You can access this in-depth content by clicking the card that appears up here. Don't skip this step later. It's the foundation. Having a sun and being the earth is the first step. The second is to communicate this sovereign reality. And no, it's not about being an arrogant jerk. It's about congruence. It's about your words, your actions, all echoing the same truth. I know who I am, I know where I'm going, and I operate from my center. Remember the captain of the ship analogy. He has a rudder, his principles, his preferences, and a destination, his sun, his purpose. He doesn't ask the passengers where to go every 5 minutes. He sets the course. If she wants to come aboard, great. If not, the ship sails on. This manifests in small things. How do you occupy space? Is your mental posture relaxed and open, or shrunken and supplicating in your interactions? How do you handle her tests? Do you get rattled and try to justify yourself, or do you remain centered, perhaps even amused by her attempt to throw you off balance? How do you express your preferences and limits? Are you afraid to say no to an invitation that genuinely doesn't interest you? Are you afraid to express a contrary opinion, even respectfully? The man who has become his own earth doesn't seek validation for his choices. He makes them based on his alignment with his sun. And it's this certainty, this lack of neediness, that is incredibly attractive. He's not the beggar pleading for a place in her world. He's the host of his own universe, and her presence is welcome but not essential for the party to continue. And here's the secret few dare to admit. Why is this unshakable essence so devastatingly effective? Why does she, the moon, yearn to orbit a man who is his own earth, devoted to his own sun? First, let's demolish the myth of the heroic conquest once and for all. Her love is a prize to be arduously won. Forget this nonsense. No woman of value wants to be an inert trophy. She doesn't want a servant who moves mountains for her because he has no mountains of his own to climb. The relentless pursuit, the desperate grand gestures, these might elicit pity, perhaps even brief fawning interest, but rarely do they generate deep devotion and lasting respect. The truth is, on a primal level, a woman is drawn to strength, stability, direction. A man who is his own north, who orbits his own sun with conviction, offers her a reference point in a chaotic world. He's not an anchor that holds her down, but a lighthouse that guides her, should she choose to navigate in his direction. Think of the lighthouse versus the frenetic fishing boat. The boat, the common man, wastes energy chasing schools of fish, casting nets randomly, often returning empty-handed. The lighthouse, the man of unshakable essence, stands firm on his rock, his alpha universe. His light, his purpose is constant, powerful. He doesn't chase the ships. It's the ships that, seeking safety and direction, are drawn to his light. Her surrender is not a defeat. It's an instinctive recognition of an authentic center of power, a force with which she wishes to align her own journey. She won't love you in spite of your independence and your focus on your son. She will love you because of them. So, what have we learned today? That the desperate search for validation is the quickest path to insignificance. That inevitable love isn't conquered out there, but forged in here. That you must be the earth, firm in your orbit around your sun, your greater purpose. And it's this gravitational force that will draw the moon into your sphere. This isn't a magic formula. It's a call to authentic and, at times, brutal self-improvement. It's about abandoning the crumbs of approval for which you've humbled yourself and claiming the feast of authentic mastery. The ability to be inevitably loved doesn't lie in changing who you are to suit her, but in becoming so powerfully who you truly are that she can't imagine a universe without you as its center, because you are already the center of yours. Understanding that you are the earth, orbiting your own sun of purpose is a powerful revelation, but mastering your mental blueprint is an ongoing journey. If this video has reconfigured your perception of love and attraction, subscribe now to Mind Architect Lab and hit the notification bell, because each video is a new pillar in building your inner fortress. And I want to start a discussion. What aspect of your sun, your greater purpose, will you begin to cultivate or make clearer starting today? Share your reflection in the comments below. Your journey inspires others. Remember, the universe responds to conviction. Forge yours. This is Mind Architect Lab. Master your mental blueprint. Stay sharp.